a piece of shit C-class building that got burned down and so like just a turkey carcass lying by the side of the road, just a complete atrocity.
What is up, you guys? Matt McKeever here in wonderful Winnipeg. And so in today's video, we're actually sitting down with Stefan Aarnio. And he's going to break down for us a current project he's working on. And that project specifically is a fourplex that he's building from scratch. And I'm going to try and not kill myself on this ice right now because it's springtime here in Winnipeg. But this is just another fantastic video where we're breaking down with another investor his investment strategy. And in today's video in particular, Stefan's going to explain to us why he's building all one-bedroom units instead of two-bedroom units. Two bedrooms rent for more, but not on a per dollar per square foot basis. It's not as good. So we really dive deep into the numbers. I think this is an amazing video. If you guys get value from this video, make sure you smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and otherwise, let's take it away.
Now, second deal we got is, this is one that's finished right now. So this is, or what's finished as in it's unconditional. Or no, sorry, this is still conditional. But I'll show you the deal. So this is a fourplex, and I only buy in a triangle in Winnipeg. My company's called Wolseley West. I only buy in this one little triangle on the map. Wolseley, West Broadway, Westgate. That's all I want for holding residential. I don't want anything else because I just don't have time, and I'm building a little company in this one triangle. So this fourplex, this one's in West Broadway, and I'll show you the numbers on this. This actually has really great numbers. Okay, so the fourplex, new build.
So what was there before, or is it just a vacant lot?
A piece of shit C-class building that got burned down and so like just a turkey carcass lying by the side of the road, just a complete atrocity. Okay, now this fourplex deal, so remember, Matt, I said to you I buy for strategy. Okay, that's all I want is strategy, 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 strategy. I'm not buying because I want $2,000 a month. I'm not buying because I want $200 a month. I don't care, I have money, okay? So the fourplex, it's across the street from my second deal ever, okay? So if you read my book, Self-Made, this deal is in my book. It got me out of the rat race. So I have a fourplex across the street worth $650. In Winnipeg, that's a pretty expensive building. That's a nice building. And this building makes, let's just say $2K cash flow a month. Okay? So I already know the area. I got a well, I think it's a burned down building. It's pretty much dilapidated. It's finished. Like, you can't renovate it. It's finished. Across the street for $150K. Now, this is not a super awesome price. Okay? The price is not super great. But to me, it doesn't matter because I'm developing. So as long as my ratios are there, I'm good. So what I'm going to build, I've got plans, and my realtor gave me plans. So notice a lot of my deals have inside hooks. There's an inside advantage, always an X factor. So the X factor is on this, I own the building across the street. Okay, so I already know the numbers. Okay, I know the area, I know the rents. Now this building has a one bed, 2-1, 1-1, 2-1 plus den, and a 2-1. Okay, so it's got all these, and I think the current rents are somewhere like 1,000, 1,100, I think. This might be $1,250 right now, and this might be $1,290, let's say. Okay, I'm just throwing ballpark up there. But the point is, it's roughly $1,000 base, right, just to be on that street. Now here's what's interesting too. When I did the analysis on this, this is about a 600 square foot unit. This is 600 square. This is how my brain's thinking. This is different than what they teach with Rich Dad Poor Dad or some of these bigger pockets people. They don't start talking about dollars per square and dollars square foot often. That's a different developer thing. And I went in to go see this developer on this deal the other day, and I walked in and I said, this is an $8 million deal. And he said, how did you know? I said, I know it's $8 million because I've done the analysis like 4 times on 4 other buildings like it. I know what it costs. So this unit, and this is how I think. I'm thinking in strategy terms, and I'm thinking in square foot terms. So this is 1,000 square foot. This is 1,000 square feet. Total is 3,200 square feet. So here's the key for me as a developer, and this is where I'm finding the money in the deal. I'm getting, let's say, $1,000 a month for 600 squares, so that gives me $1.66 a month. Per square foot per month. That's what I care about. That is profitable, okay? 1,100 divided by 600. $1.83. Whoa! That's money, dude. Okay? Now we go over here to our 2-1. $1,250. Okay, so it's $1,000 or 1,000 square divided by 12. You want dollars per square. 1,250 divided by 1,000. We got $1.25. So look at that, Matt. This 2-bed is less profitable than the 1-bedroom. Okay, and this one is $1.29. Okay, so if you guys are developing, which one do you want to develop, Luke? Do you want to do this most profitable one, or do you want to do the least profitable one?
Most profitable one.
Yeah, we want to build this. So what I'm doing across the street is I'm taking this unit, I'm cloning it times 4. Okay? The most profitable one with the most lift. Right? We're not going to clone this one. This one costs a lot of construction to build. It has an extra bedroom, and it's much more square footage. It's going to cost me a ton. So we're bringing the most profitable unit. Now here's the crazy thing. I wanted to do 16 micro units, 1 block south. I called the city. I said, I want to do 16 micro units. Now the city would allow a fourplex. And I said, I want to do 16 micro units, 400 square feet. And the city said to me, no, that's too much lift. You'd be making too much money. So there's a hint. The government is going to stop you from making too much money. But look, we can do almost the same. So we have plans, another X factor, the plans, X factor. My realtor is giving me plans from an already constructed building. So they've already ran this model on another site. So I get the plans for free. Okay, so I got free plans that are proven, and I'm going to see those this week. Okay. So the deal is this. We're building a bi-level. So I'll draw this for you right here. Here's the bi-level. And it's raised up a bit. And it's like this. And I can't remember if the roof is a hip. Let's just say it's like this. Here's the roof. So you've got a 1-bed, a 1-bed, a 1-bed, and a 1-bed, and all the doors are on the side like this. It's a 33 wide by 100 back, like this. And they've already built this, so they know how easy or hard it is to do. And these are 590 square, just like our 600 square. They'll rent for, how much, Matt? $1,000 a piece. So look at this. We got, let's just say, $4,000 a month of rent. Okay? So this is how I think. I'm going to show you guys how I think, which is different usually than what they teach at a lot of places. So $4,000 of rent. Now I know the operating expense is going to be 40%. So times 0.6, we got 24,000 of NOI, net operating income. Right? Okay, what do we got to pay next, Matt?
For, I'm assuming your utilities plus, right?
Well, we already took those out. Yeah. We took that out. So this is NOI. That's concluded. So it's 40% expense ratio. I already took that out. Yeah. So NOI is our net operating income. We got our debt service, right? So NOI 24,000 divided by.
And yeah. So I just want to make sure, because you were 4,000 a month, right? And then we were.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm speeding ahead here. Okay, so it's 4,000 a month times 12, 48 grand a year. So annual. And then times 0.6. Sometimes I'm just doing shit. So sorry, it's 20. Oh, it's more. 28.8. We actually got more money. Look, Matt's County found me more money. Okay, so we got 28.8 NOI. Okay, that's a 40% expense ratio. Now, if the building doesn't have elevators, it's just easy walk-in stairs, the expenses are low. If you got an elevator, it's going to go up to 50% expense ratio. So we'll just keep it at that. So we got 28.8 NOI annual. Okay, now the bank probably will let me refi that divided by, let's just say, let's try a 6 cap, divided by 6 cap. So it'd be 480,000. Now that's really low because our building across the street where it appraised recently at So it's not, that's low. That's too low, especially for the income. If we did it at a 5 cap, so now this is going to be 28.8 divided by 0.05 cap, we're at 576. 5 cap. Now I believe we can appraise it at 600 because it's a new building too. This is an old piece of retrofit. This is a brand new build. Okay, so a brand new build probably will come up with a 600K value, and then the last piece is we're buying it for 150K, which means our build has to be about 300 or so. Okay, so we've got 1,100. I think this is an 1,100 square foot floor plate. It's around 1,000 square feet. I think it's 1,190. I don't have the plans in front of me. I'm doing this all from memory. So 1,190 floor plate, and I think we were looking at $160 per square to build. So that's 190,000, but then you've got a basement development as well. Okay, so our budget to build this right now, this is what we're costing out right now, has to be about 300 grand. This will give me 150,000 of equity. And then the cash flow, do you guys have a mortgage calc on you? Do you want to do the mortgage calculator?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we borrow, Matt, let's say we borrow 75, well, let's just say we do 80%. Let's go with Disneyland numbers. Let's say we borrow 450K. Okay, so let's say we get 450K at, let's say, what do you think, 4%?
4%.
3%, 3.5, what do you want?
4% sounds good.
Okay, 4%, and then what do you want to do, 25-year AM or 30-year?
What do you do and why do you do it?
Well, 25-year AM is going to give you more equity, which I'm fine with, and 30-year AM gives you more cash flow. Let's just say 25-year amortization for being conservative. So 450K at 4%, 25-year AM.
So we're looking at like just under 2,400 a month.
Okay, so let's just say it's 2,400 a month, PITI payment, right? PITI. Or sorry, that's principal and interest, P&I. Okay, so 2,400. It's our debt service. It's our debt. So our NOI right now, our income is 28,800 divided by 12. So we're making 2,400 a month. This thing runs almost at a break even. Okay? But why do I want this, guys? I'm taking the strategy, I'm taking the land, I got 150 grand of equity, and then this equity I can also use, I can also borrow this out and use it for whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right? And this is, I think this building will be more efficient than 40% expense ratio.
Because it's a new build, yeah.
Well, it's a new build, and you know what? It's built to rent. Like, it's built to run as a rental. So we didn't add any parking income, right? There's parking back here. We didn't do any parking. We also are probably going to put in, now this is where you make money in rentals, guys. This is where all the money's at. Pay attention. I don't know if we've done dishwashers and in-suite laundry. Okay, dishwashers and in-suite laundry probably is an extra 100 to 200 a month of rent, which is 100% of the profit on this deal. But you guys can see just basic from the numbers, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? We make sense today.
And something you didn't really build upon is you're essentially getting this for free once you refinance.
Oh yeah, I have no money in this. Yeah, Stefan Aarnio put zero money in it. Yeah, exactly. So I made 150 grand in 6 months, let's say, 6 to 8 months. I have some negligible amount of cash flow. The parking and the utilities will make it profitable. And then we have a 40% expense ratio. I mean, this is, we have to pry open the scientific numbers to see what's exactly inside, but I know that this is profitable because I already run this profitably across the street. So this is how I think is strategic, and then I own another piece of the street. We're playing Monopoly, and that's what the game is. Any questions about this deal, guys?
Do you mind maybe just building upon the importance of the X factor here? Like, I think you could really hit home on it that, like, listen, I know it's going to be easy to approve because someone else has done it, you know, like, yeah, all that, just because, like, that can be a quagmire, right? Like, if you just pull a random plan out of your ass, the city may or may not like it.
Well, you know, and this is the thing, yeah, you'd be up. So if you went in and tried to just do this, like I actually sat down with designers earlier this week and I said, I want to do 2 beds and I want to make it loft ceilings and I want to do this and that, and it got all fancy. And then I said, okay, let's just do the regular plan that's already approved at another site, because they already did the work. So the X factor of the plan, what I started thinking about was, this is my best unit. This is my most profitable unit. And this one, the den. So the den added on even more profit. And the den is just a couple more walls, is the same square foot, right? So this floor plan and this floor plan are the most valuable. I took that knowledge from owning the building across the street already, and I took the knowledge of the plans that have already been built, and I threw that X factor in here to make this deal work. Now here's what's interesting. I'm paying pretty much asking price for this. This is too much for that piece of land. I believe it's worth 120 or 110. But I'm willing to just do this, Matt, because I'm still printing the equity. I still get the strategic piece. I actually have about $1 million to $2 million I have to deploy, so I have to use some money somewhere. So like, there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing this, and I need equity. I need equity to balance my cash flow, because I got lots of cash flow already. I need to balance my equity with something. Plus, here's another X factor that's not explained. If this goes well, we could replicate 1,000 times. Right? Every teardown, as long as I can get a teardown in this range, I can replicate this building over and over again. This is more replicatable than even, we're going to go to some conversions today. Those are not replicatable. Everyone's unique, and it's a huge pain in the ass. We're going to go to one, the city's raking me over the coals. Horrible. We'll go to another one, the city's not raking me over the coals. Well, guess what? The city is not going to come in and kill me, because it's a new build. It's easy. Right? So there's an easy piece to it. There's X factor, and I think what you said, Matt, is great. You've got to have some X factor on your deal, right? Anything else, guys?
$150,000 is for the payment of the land.
Yeah, so I'm taking $150K to buy the land. Yeah.
And then is that investors' money?
Yeah. So I'm in it for zero.
And then what's the payment for, like, to start the bill?
That's the $300K.
Oh,
and I'll get that from investors too. I'm using none of my own money.
Yeah.
I might end up paying some interest or something, some carrying costs, maybe 20 grand. I'll get this building for 20 grand, who cares? But it's a sick building.
So do you pay those investors back as slowly as those payments come in, or are you paying those investors back?
I'll refinance. Oh, you know what, maybe we should talk about this, because he's confused, so let's talk about it. How do the investors get their money back? So we go down to a bank after, and we get a $450,000 mortgage. Okay, so we get a mortgage slapped on here, it pays this out, now I have a mortgage on this asset.
Is that after it's built, or during it's built, or like how easy is that?
That's after it's built, when it's all done, filled up, beautiful finished building, then you put a new mortgage on it. Now hey, do you guys want to know another X factor?
Let's hear it.
See, because this is where, let's talk about velocity of money. So I have several business ventures now that can make money at 300, 400, 700,000%. So I could take this deal now, and this is really why I want it, Matt. I can take this deal, look, I have my little equity piece. So I got my 150 grand of equity, right? I can't use that, but I can. I can go get a second mortgage at, let's say, 8%, slap a second mortgage on it. I could pull out the 150 now. Now I got 150 liquid, and I could dump that into my 1,000% money-making machine. And then when that starts printing money, what do? We can come back and knock this out. And then you got that 150, and it starts going into something else. But think about this. This is a 90-day turnaround for me. So that's how you get RFR, really rich. Because that's some high-velocity shit. When you have a high-velocity turn, you can turn your velocity really fast. Okay, so like real estate people who are only real estate, and that's all they do, they'll get this deal done, they have the equity, they're stuck, they're locked in. Even if they borrowed this, they couldn't move it fast enough. But now with velocity of money, I can take this 150 grand of equity out at 8%, I can throw it into my money machine that makes me 1,000% a month, let that skyrocket into the next thing, that money multiplies, and then I could come knock the debt out again. Or I could go and just keep taking pieces and just go 150 is going here, 150 is going here, 150. And this is where I think this next calendar year, I'm going to have a tax problem because we're going to have too much money all of a sudden. So that's a whole nother, come visit me in a year and we'll talk about avoiding taxes, because that's actually like your money can multiply when you have a high velocity money machine and you have equity hedges. So this is what I'm doing. I'm building all my equity hedges so I can go and take pieces like that. And Cardone's doing that shit. I don't think he talks about it very much, but he's doing shit like that. And I guarantee you Trump's doing shit like that. Buffett's doing stuff like that. That's some very high level stuff. And Kiyosaki, he talks about that. Robert Kiyosaki talks about it in his third book. Is it Guide to Being Rich? Guide to Investing.
Right.
He talks about velocity of money. And I remember reading that as a kid and it just went right over my head. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, so I can make 1,000% in 90 days over here. This thing can get me a hard equity hedge to get liquid cash debt, print the money, boom, boom, boom. Okay? I called my mortgage broker earlier this week and I said, hey, I'm going to have 120 cash every 90 days. How many mortgages can you get? Pretty fucking weird problem, right? Because that's my money. And I can move that money, but I can move it in, move it out. And if I can move it into a deal like this with Lyft, I can move it in, move it out, and then the next 90 days I'll have 240. So you start having big money problems all of a sudden when you can do things like this.
Thanks again to Stefan Aarnio for taking the time to break down for us his strategy on this fourplex that he's currently going to be building. Now, this is the sort of conversation that you never get to see on YouTube, you never get to see on social media. It's really peeling back the layers and just diving into the raw numbers. This video wasn't staged, it wasn't planned, there's no script. It's literally just myself and Stefan and a whiteboard. I love these type of videos. And if you guys love what I'm doing with these types of videos, it's really important that you take the time to share these videos. You made it all the way to the end of the video anyways. Do me a huge favor, sharing is caring. Share this on any social media platform. Tag myself, tag Stefan Aarnio. We really appreciate that stuff. And until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it. But if you're not saving it, I mean, like, what's the point? Thanks, guys. Bye.